Today, I'm going to show you 7 summer tricks that European women follow without thinking twice. And the last one is capable of completely changing how any look is perceived. These are the rules that explain that feeling of certain women always seeming right, regardless of what they wear. I'll start with the simplest, and it begins before you even think about color or print. It begins the moment you touch the fabric. Trick 1. Have you ever put on a beautiful summer outfit and still had the look seem cheap? Many times, the fabric is to blame. In summer, productions have fewer layers, and that leaves the material far more exposed. Sheerness, plastic shine, fabric that loses shape within 2 hours. Everything shows. A simple piece in beautiful fabric will always look more expensive than an elaborate garment in poor material. What works is what I call lightness with support. The fabric moves when you walk, but returns to shape when you stop. Blended linen, poplin, light crepe, quality viscose. They breathe and still have structure. Before, a thin polyester dress that wrinkles and clings throughout the day. After, a blended linen midi dress with a caramel sandal and structured bag. Or a light blue poplin shirt with straight white pants and nude slingbacks. Summer clothes can be light, fragile, never. Trick 2. And speaking of volume, there's a mistake that appears a lot in summer. The idea that wide clothes need to come together to seem intentional. That if the blouse is loose, the pants need to be too. This is 2 of 7, and it completely reverses that logic. In reality, it's exactly the opposite of what European women do. Look at this first outfit. A wide white shirt, wide palazzo pants, chunky sneakers. Each piece separately is beautiful. Together, the silhouette disappears. The look doesn't seem intentionally loose. It just seems large. Now the decisive detail. Swap the palazzo for a straight midi skirt and a caramel mule. The shirt remains wide. All the comfort is still there, but now there's a region that anchors the look. Or beige palazzo pants with a substantial knit tank tucked in. One side flows, the other sustains. This is what stylists organize first, where the volume will command and where the eye will find structure. But the next one enters territory that most people don't even imagine makes a difference. And it's something practically everyone commits in summer without realizing. Trick 3. Have you ever left the house in a beautiful dress and felt invisible without knowing why? Many times the piece is correct. What's wrong is the context in which it appears. This is 3 of 7, and it goes deeper than it seems. The question isn't just what you wear. It's the language your clothes speak in the environment where you are. A rubber flip-flop, an unstructured straw bag, a beach cover-up worn as a dress. Each element sends a signal. And when those signals don't match the city, even a beautiful piece loses its polish. A white poplin midi dress. Chic, light, perfect for urban summer. Enter a rubber flip-flop and a crushed straw bag. The dress disappears. Now swap for a brown leather sandal and a rigid short-handle woven bag. Same dress. What changed was the language around it. The decisive detail. Natural materials work in the city. Straw, rattan, linen, rope. As long as they have shape and structure, it's not the material that reads as beachy. It's the improvised finish. Linen pants with a light blue shirt and caramel mule. Sophisticated. Tailored Bermuda with a premium tank and a top-handle bag. Polished. The natural texture is in all of them, but the proportion is city. This trick already transforms quite a bit, but the next one touches something that most women never check before leaving. And when it's wrong, no accessory in the world saves the look. Trick 4. I know this one seems simple, but have you ever seen a completely well-dressed woman, beautiful clothes, right accessory, and something still seemed off? Sometimes the problem isn't what shows, it's what shows underneath. This is the 4th trick of 7. Look at this outfit. A white poplin dress, midi cut, caramel sandal, wine bag. In the bedroom mirror, under artificial light, perfect. Now imagine this same woman walking in the street with sun hitting the fabric. The white lingerie shows completely. Seams, cut, everything. The dress didn't change. The woman didn't change. Only the light changed, and it completely undid the look. The decisive detail. Swap the lingerie for a piece in the exact tone of her skin. The dress becomes the only protagonist. Fabric, drape, cut, everything chosen with care now shows. This is what stylists call the invisible base. The right lingerie doesn't participate in the look. It allows the look to exist. The rule is simple. Before going out, test the white piece against natural light from a window, not the bathroom mirror. The window. That's where you see what everyone else will see. Off-white pants with a blue shirt and nude lingerie, white skirt with ivory blouse and thin belt. In both, no interference on the surface. A white look only seems luxurious when nothing breaks the cleanliness of the fabric. This trick is powerful. But the next one goes to the place where most people get it wrong without realizing, and it's visible to everyone, except the person wearing the look. Trick 5. You just left a store with a beautiful new bag, the one with the completely modern shape that you'd been eyeing for weeks. You got home and started building the look around it. You added the pleated skirt that was also waiting to come out of the wardrobe. You added the printed shirt because it goes with the color. You put on the shoe with the different heel, because why not? And when you looked in the mirror, you felt there was too much, but couldn't name why. This is trick 5 of 7, and it explains exactly what happened there. Take a midi polka dot dress, white background, straight cut, substantial fabric weight. Pair it with a discreet pointed nude slingback. Look, there's already a point of interest. The dress does the work. Now swap the neutral leather bag for a structured black bag with a different shape. And notice what changes. The eye organizes itself. There's a rhythm between the print and the solid accessory. This works because there's only one new voice. Everything else sustains. The woman who masters this understands that one well-placed trend updates an entire look. Several at once create noise. The clothes start demanding attention, not the person wearing them. This is consistent, but the next trick is what separates a pretty look from a look people keep in memory, and it lives in a detail you choose to reveal or not. Before the next trick, let me tell you something. How many times have you opened a closet full of clothes and still thought, I have nothing to wear? The problem isn't a lack of clothes. It's that nobody ever taught you how to combine the pieces you already have. That's why I put together a guide with over 150 looks. Tested one by one, using only 15 pieces you probably already have at home. And the best part, you don't even need to think. Just choose the look, copy it piece by piece, and in 5 minutes, you're ready to go. The link is in the pinned comment and in the description. And if you're watching on TV, just point your phone at the QR code on the screen. Trick 6. Speaking of revealing, that's exactly the heart of the 6th trick of 7. There's a very common belief that in summer, the more skin that shows, the better the look works. That showing arms, décolletage, waist, and legs at the same time is the path to seeming light and feminine. In practice, it's the opposite. Look at this white spaghetti strap dress with an open neckline, hem above the knee, and an open back. Each piece individually is beautiful, but when everything shows together, the result is noisy. The eye doesn't know where to land, and when the eye doesn't know where to land, the woman disappears. Now swap for this ivory crepe midi dress, sleeveless with a closed boat neckline, and thin strap caramel sandals. What changed? Almost nothing was added, but the eye goes directly to the shoulders and to the ankles, because those are the only regions that appear, and that's exactly where the elegance is. What stylists do is choose one window per production. If the shoulders appear, the legs stay covered. If the skirt is shorter, the blouse closes the neckline. A shirt with a slightly open collar and rolled sleeves paired with a fluid beige palazzo pant, arms to the forearm as the only skin cutout, already creates enough presence. Revealing little isn't being modest, it's directing. And directing is what transforms a look into a memory. This trick is already very powerful, but the last one, the 7th, is where everything you learn today either works or falls apart. Worth staying for. Trick 7, and we arrive at the 7th trick. The one I promised at the beginning would change the way you leave the house. It's not a piece, it's not a color, it's a habit that the best-dressed women in the world have in common, and that almost nobody talks about openly. Before leaving, they review. They don't run to the door with the bag on their arm and the shoe in their hand. They stop. They look. Is the hem right? Is the lingerie invisible? Did the fabric wrinkle? Are the shoes clean? Does the bag still have shape? This has a name in stylist vocabulary: Polish coherence. Clothes, accessory, and personal presentation need to communicate the same level of care. When one single element looks forgotten, it pulls down the perceived value of everything around it. A dirty shoe undoes an impeccable dress. The neglected detail is always what the eye finds first. Look at these two moments. The first, a well-pressed off-white shirt dress, a structured wine leather bag, a clean caramel sandal. The second, the same dress with a forgotten crease, the bag slightly limp, the shoe with a visible scuff. The pieces are identical. The reading is completely different. Now look at this. A white linen shirt with sleeves rolled with intention, straight beige tailored pants, a thin gold bracelet, one point of presence. Just one. It's enough. Elegance isn't about adding. It's about eliminating everything that conveys carelessness. And here's the reward for making it to the 7th trick. When you apply all 7 together, something happens that everyone around you feels. Fabric with drape, balanced volume, accessory in the right context, everything finished with care. The look stops being clothes and becomes a silent declaration about who you are, with that presence that makes people ask what you did differently, without knowing exactly what. Start with the wardrobe you already have. Choose one piece you love, review each of these 7 points, and see what changes. Tell me in the comments which of the 7 tricks you'd never thought about that way. I read every one.